trade recap for February 21st, 2024. I'm sorry, it's February 20th, 2024. So another interesting day. Uh, I mean, the good thing that there was some stocks that moved today. The bad thing is I overtraded, but um, I continue to improve. And and I know how to better trade a few particular strategies and continue to grow. I don't know. So today was a lot of work. I traded nearly all day just to be up $100, and I needed to get a little lucky as well. Luckily, I found a surging stock midday to trade that put me in the green. And then the last trade of the day put me was a winning trade as well. So um, I'll start off with SISI. This stock was surging in the morning. Didn't really like that it was a low dollar stock, but I saw the price action, which was okay at the time. These big old candlesticks was okay. Now, originally I thought about getting in right around here, but I didn't really trust it too much. But yeah, after I saw this big flash up and it started selling off, I thought, hey, it's time to get in. The yellow moving average should keep it as resistance, but I decided to hold off, thinking, well, if it reaches this area again and it makes a lower high, and the candles aren't as large, I'll get in there. But that didn't happen. I saw stock started to drip lower, which I like. However, I think I got in too early. I got in on this candle, which, looking back on it, I'm not much of a fan of that. But I just thought to myself, well, the 200 will act as resistance. 200 EMA will act as resistance. If it does start to pull away, and if the 200 doesn't work, I know the 20 will work and hold it down. But since I was relying on the 20 or the 200 to keep it down, I kept a fairly tight stop, but I think or sold short 1,000 shares. Um, Now, this would have been a much better entry as it closed right on the low of this support level. But like I said, I got there early. Uh, I think this was the first trade of the day, and I was started. I had the focus of taking profits today. That's all that's been on my mind, starting out. So I set a profit target, and I stepped away for a second. I came back. That sucker was hit. It flushed down. So I was kind of disappointed at the time because uh, I was hoping to partial out if it hit my first target. What? But because I knew I wasn't going to be able to closely watch it, I did set it up so that all my shares would be sold. So, that did kind of work in my favor because it didn't really do nothing the rest of the day. It just went straight back up. So, um, a little luck on that one. But the setup is maybe a C. My entry was a C. Execution, I'm gonna say a B. Would have been an A if I was actually I don't know. It's between an A and a B. Like I said, had I been there, I would have just parceled out. But uh, that would have resulted in a smaller gain, and the gain was small, even though it did hit my price target. So we'll talk about this stock. Now, I thought this was going to be a really good mover. I saw the first bounce on the 20, which I missed, which I'm not too disappointed about that. Stock wasn't surging um, too much for me to be too disappointed in missing the first bounce. But when I saw the second bounce, I knew this would be the time to get in. So I got in when this bar was a bit higher, but shortly after I got in, it just starts to sell off, and I'm thinking, crap, here we go. You know, I might as well just cut my losses early. But I stuck with the strategy, and luckily, you know, started running back up. Now, I added here. I went from 300 shares to 600 shares, thinking this is about to run up to the 13. So I had a price target about 12.85, 12.90, but the stock comes screaming down. And then from there, we just kind of bounce around. And every time it ran up, I kept thinking, just take profit here, take profit here, no, touch, no, and then it starts to bounce. I'm thinking, okay, well, if it gets in this area again, this time I'm gonna make myself take it. But yeah, no, it didn't run up to resistance. It just kind of flushes a bit and stops me out. But the stock continues to kind of grind towards this resistance area. Now at this point, I was watching it super close, and because it was winding up to break out, and this is one of the few opportunities where I wouldn't mind taking the breakout. However, if I take a break, that just means I have to have fewer shares. So I was getting ready to buy 100 shares in case it broke out, but it didn't. So, but had it kind of kept winding up like this action here, definitely, at this area, if it wound up in this area, I would have got in. But it came back down, and at this point, I'm thinking, well, maybe I should just short it. This is a clear resistance area, but I was too scared. And the next trade came when I decided to short it here. And once again, I'm not crazy about the entry. If this was a different type of stock, I think it's fine. But given this move here, I think it just needed some more time to consolidate. So a better entry would have been this here, right here. This would have been perfect, or just better. But I had to sit through all this, being frustrated, thinking the stock is just going to go against me, and then I get a small flush. And my target is at 1170. Stock goes to maybe 1175, then or 72, and then goes back up. So I'm only 2 cents. I was only 2 cents away from my target, which was extremely frustrating. Then I had to sit through like an hour of this nonsense before it near the end of the day, it kind of toe taps my target, and I sell half as it hits the 200. But given the price action here, as soon as the stock started going up just a little bit, slightly, I just sell the rest because I just knew the stock was going to be on some BS, and sure enough, it was. Yeah, I just started rolling back up. So, yeah, I was debating on taking everything off here, which I should have done. This is greed. I was away from the computer. I was trading purely on my phone, and yeah, I should have just took all 600 shares off instead of partial. I would have made an extra, I don't know, $40. So that's that. And oh yeah, this stock here, I thought about getting here, but I was too scared. This just did not look too good. Yeah, too scared. And unfortunately, I missed out on a nice run. But I decided to give it another try. This entry, this setup is just a bad setup. Not bad, it's just not good. It has resistance up here, and it's just not a great setup. And I got stopped out, which I think this would have been a more practical entry right here. But, um, it stopped me out. So, um, yeah. I should have had maybe a looser stop. That way I could have maybe rolled it 50 cents or so. Possibly made a small gain. But yeah, I shouldn't have been in this one. This should have been an entry, or could have been one. And this, I gotta stop being so fearful. This should have been an entry. Should have been scared. So, to grade the trade, A on execution, C on setup, C minus on setup, execution A, setup A, and I forgot what else I'm grading. Back to this stock. Setup here is a B, entry B, overall trade. B minus because I think I got greedy. Setup here, C, entry. Entry was not too bad because I was basing it off the EMA, so entry was A minus or B plus. Execution A minus or B plus because I should have just took it all here. Took it all off right there, but I kind of changed my mind. Overall trade, I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, this trade. Yeah, this trade. This was the one I got lucky with, and I bought. I found it midday. Caught the bounce right here, and took advantage of this run. This was a really good bounce. I was almost too scared to get in, thinking I need to give it more time. So I pieced out 3 times. I had about 50 shares left, or 75 shares left, and then I decided to go ahead and add here, which I need to stop doing. The 9 EMA may only be good on a bounce like here, maybe a second bounce, but the third bounce and the extension is not as big as the previous. That's a telltale sign. So I kind of realized that, and I got out before the flush here. So I got kind of lucky, but I just realized it's not gonna work. And given the fact that my cost basis increased to like $7, I didn't want to turn it into a loser, so I just went ahead and got out. And then this is another trade I shouldn't have entered. I went short. Just not a good setup. It's trash. And sure enough, it fucking bit me in the butt and stopped me out. But yeah, I should have never taken this risk. So there's about 2 or 3 trades I should have never took today. This one, I get this one, but I'm not taking this in the future. And another one. So there's one trade I shouldn't have taken. Let's see what else. 2 trades. Yeah, 2 trades I shouldn't have taken today. So hopefully, I will do better tomorrow, I think. Yeah, we'll see though. That's it.